Miss Elizabeth Kelly, an MCC sophomore who is currently in her first semester with the band, speaks very highly of her mentor Scott Hornick, claiming that his discipline and teaching methods have revamped how she approaches playing music and being a musician.
It's funny, like I just had a talk with him yesterday about this. He pushes me very hard. And sometimes I remember, when we're doing voice leading in theory and like progressions, I want to hit the piano and play the chords, and he like shuts the piano right away, and he's like, no, like you got to do it by ear. And like I get so frustrated, and I'm like, oh my gosh, Scott, like why? And like I just want to like strangle him. But then at the end of the day, it's like, holy crap, you like changed my whole life with music. It's, I went to Westminster and I did a few lessons, and I had to learn the circle of fifths. And then I came to school here, and Scott, I looked at him and I was like, dude, like that's not how I learned it. And he was like, well, this is how you're going to learn it. And the whole, transition. But, at the end of the semester, last semester, I like looked back and I was like, holy crap, like this is so much easier. So I am so thankful with how Scott, teaches. He's a great, person, and, he like listens to your rants if you need it. But, musically, he knows what he's doing. He's very musically inclined. If you're, he's just, sometimes I really don't like him. I just, annoys me. But at the end of the day, I'm thankful, and I'm like, okay, I don't hate you anymore, but I'll probably hate you the next week or so. So it's kind of like that, but I do, love him as a teacher.
Miss Kelly claims that the band has allowed her to improve her skills as a musical artist and has also allowed her to establish strong working relationships with her fellow jazz band members.
It's definitely helped me, build my self-esteem. I'm normally used to just performing as a soloist. So, actually playing piano with a guitarist, a bassist, the percussion, the brass family, just like playing like with everyone, like it got me, it has like a different perspective for me. So I think outside of school, if I ever were to play with like a band or an ensemble, I would have a better feel because of jazz band, because in jazz band, they give us, like sheets and like Roman numerals and like with chords, and with the music that I have, I was trained classically, and, it's just notes and what's on it. But, for jazz, it has the notes and then the chords above. So it's like a whole new thing. And, when you want to go out for a gig, that's normally what they'll give you is just the chords. So, having that experience, I think, is going to help me outside of school. I've met a lot of my good friends I met last semester when I was, new. I was a little freshman. And they were like, hey, you should take jazz band with us next semester. And I was like, okay. So I did it. And, as throughout the whole process, I've learned, new things. I met new people, made new relationships, and I've actually grown to learn 2 other instruments in the ensemble, which is really cool.
But of course, Elizabeth doesn't reap the benefits of being an MCC jazz member without putting in the time and the hard work.
I practice so much. It is crazy. Besides the jazz music that I have to practice, I practice, for private piano lessons, for compositions, for musicianship. So I'd say in total, I practice at least 2.5 to 3 hours a day. And then I'd say on the weekends, it's be about 3 hours tops, 1 hour in the morning, hour in the afternoon, hour at night. Sometimes more if I'm feeling frisky, but I take my music very seriously, so yes, I practice a lot.
Looking to the fall semester of 2018, Miss Kelly intends to continue her stay with the jazz band, but also looks forward to another opportunity that lies ahead for her regarding her musical career. Miss Kelly claims that the huge opportunity she has been given recently is partially due to the knowledge and skill she has acquired under Mr. Scott Hornick and the MCC Jazz Band.
Well, for the band, I, of course, will be taking jazz band next semester. Sorry, Scott. You are stuck with me again. I have to say, because of Scott and my private piano teacher, Josh Wilson, who was phenomenal, I recently was accepted into NYU's MPAP music, film scoring, and composition workshop in May, so I will be there for 2 weeks recording and doing some really amazing stuff. And I do have to say, without the help of Josh and, you know, Scott and him, you know, making me like angry with all these notes, and, you know, him, you know, like pushing me, you know, to my limit, it's like I would not be able to have the confidence to even apply a few months ago if it wasn't for those two. So I have to give those two a shout out.